After almost a year-long hiatus, Dragon Ball Super manga is finally back with a new chapter all set to be released on the 19th of next week. Few stories in the world of manga and anime have had as profound an impact as Dragon Ball. What started as a whimsical martial arts adventure in 1984 under the pen of the late Akira Toriyama quickly evolved into a cultural juggernaut, redefining the genre and inspiring generations of fans and creators alike. The Dragon Ball franchise has long been one of the most influential and beloved properties in manga and anime history, with its dynamic battles, endearing characters, and ever-evolving lore. Dragon Ball has captivated audience for decades. Even after the conclusion of the original Dragon Ball manga in 1995, its legacy continued through Dragon Ball GT, Dragon Ball Super, and several highly successful feature films, except Dragon Ball Evolution. Let's not go there. However, in March 2024, the world of anime and manga suffered an immeasurable loss with the passing of Akira Toriyama. The news sent shockwaves through the industry, leaving fans to wonder what the future of Dragon Ball would look like without its legendary creator at the helm. Toriyama's influence extended far beyond his artwork. His storytelling, humor, and unique approach to world building were integral to Dragon Ball's identity. Later, when a new one-shot manga chapter was announced at Jump Fest of 2025, it surprised everyone. This special chapter, titled Birth of Saiyaman X, releasing in the upcoming issue of V-Jump on February 20th, 2025, marks the first new manga content following Toriyama's passing. Written and illustrated by Toyotaro, Toriyama's chosen successor for the Dragon Ball Super manga, this chapter serves as both a continuation of the series and a symbol of its resilience. By focusing on Trunks and Goten, two legacy characters deeply tied to the series' history, it also represents a new generation carrying the torch forward. Before moving forward, if you're looking for a place to discuss all the hype, share theories, or just connect with fellow fans, join our Discord server, Hypes World. It's the ultimate hub for Dragon Ball enthusiasts. Don't miss out on the discussions, check the description for the link. This one-shot chapter acts as a prequel to the prequel of the Dragon Ball Super superhero movie events in the manga. It delves into the origins of Trunks and Goten's superhero personas, providing long-awaited insight into why they decided to get costume defenders of justice. While we wait for the complete chapter to drop on the 19th, the official Dragon Ball site gives us some content to thrive on until then as they publish Toyotaro's storyboard drafts of the upcoming chapter. Even though it doesn't say much, it gives us an idea of where this one-shot is headed. It starts off as we see alien ships approaching Earth, aiming to capture it for their own and live on it. This kind of reminds me of how Saiyans used to invade other planets under Frieza's command as they wiped out the existing civilization so that Frieza could sell it to some other race who were in need of a new home. And that's actually how the Saiyans found their home at planet Vegeta, by taking over another planet after their own was destroyed due to a civil war. These aliens start dirtying up the planet so that it makes it easier for them to live on it. But just as one of the alien soldiers was hurting a civilian, a golden deck brush comes flying into the scene, hitting the alien soldier and putting him on the ground. The hero introduces himself as Clean God, who is there to stop Dirty Mud and his minions from dirtying up the planet. He further describes himself as a hero who wipes out evil from this planet. The scene then cuts to show us that it's actually a TV program watched by Goten and Trunks as they chill out at home. The narrator explains that this chapter is the story of how they became the Saiyaman X duo. Clean God's Aqua Wash attack cleanses the heart of Dirty Mud's soldiers. Instead of dirtying the planet, they start cleaning it now thanks to Clean God's influence. The other soldiers get worried upon seeing this. So, Dirty Mud orders his minions to hit Clean God with their stink cannon. The cannon hits him directly, making him lose a little bit of his stamina, along with him being unable to use his clean powers now. Just then, an advertisement follows which announces the Clean God live-action movie soon to be out in theaters. Goten is so excited that he can't wait to catch it in theaters since he thinks Clean God is really just so cool. However, Trunks finds the hero old-fashioned given how he puts on a mask and wears his underwear on the outside. Looks like Trunks definitely took a dig at Superman, but that's exactly what Goten likes about him. And that's where the drafts come to an end. The entire chapter when out will show what motivated Trunks to finally follow Clean God's footsteps into finally becoming a hero by wearing a costume, which would eventually lead to the events in chapter 88 and then finally the superhero movie arc. So far, the story looks good considering this is a one-shot chapter, meaning that it'll start and end in this chapter itself. I hope it's not all just a slice of life story. I hope we get to see a little bit of action and a few cameos of other characters like Gohan, Piccolo, and the others. Now that I think about it, they have the chance to show Gohan training to learn the Special Beam Cannon, Piccolo's special technique that Gohan used to defeat Cell Max in the end. As for Clean God, his inclusion is a prime example of Toriyama's style humor, taking something as mundane as cleanliness and exaggerating it into a full-fledged superhero concept. The absurdity of a hero who fights crime with a golden deck brush and an aqua wash attack fits right into the Dragon Ball universe's tradition of playful storytelling. Likewise, the villainous Dirty Mud, whose wicked stink cannon saps Clean God's stamina, is reminiscent of Toriyama's penchant for creating eccentric yet oddly thematic villains. Even Herms notes that Clean God's ability to purify the hearts of his enemies and turn them into good guys bears a striking resemblance to the protagonist of Kajika, a lesser-known one-shot manga by Toriyama created after Dragon Ball. In Kajika, the titular character possesses a unique ability to cleanse the evil from people's hearts, a theme that echoes through Clean God's Aqua Wash attack. Herms further adds in his tweet that the technique name Aqua Wash appears to be a clever nod to Aqua Mist, the sinister substance used by Garlic Jr. in his Dragon Ball Z filler arc to corrupt Earth's population and turn them evil. This wordplay flips the original concept on its head, where Garlic Jr.'s Aqua Mist spreads darkness, Clean God's Aqua Wash purifies, reversing its effects. The release of Birth of Saiyaman X is more than just another chapter. It demonstrates that Dragon Ball is moving forward even after the loss of its creator. However, this also raises important questions about the direction of the series. Will Toyotaro continue to lead the manga? As Toriyama's hand-picked successor, Toyotaro has been the driving force behind the Dragon Ball Super manga since 2015. While some fans have been critical of certain artistic and narrative choices, he has largely succeeded in capturing Toriyama's spirit. This one-shot may serve as a litmus test for how the series will continue under his sole direction. A shift towards new characters? By focusing on Trunks and Goten, the manga is subtly shifting away from Goku and Vegeta as the central figures. While the Saiyaman X storyline is comedic, it also suggests that the next generation of fighters is being groomed for bigger roles. Could this be a stepping stone towards Trunks and Goten taking more prominent positions in the main story? Something that Toriyama planted the seeds in the superhero movie, which now Toyotaro would carry forward. As Dragon Ball moves forward into a new era, this special one-shot not only appears to acknowledge the past by revisiting classic themes of heroism, transformation, and redemption, but also embraces the present by expanding on Trunks and Goten's journey in the superhero arc. At the same time, it subtly lays the groundwork for what's to come, proving that Dragon Ball still has new stories to tell. With Toyotaro at the helm, the series now faces its greatest challenge, continuing without Toriyama's direct involvement while preserving the essence that made Dragon Ball a global phenomenon. While the road ahead remains uncertain, this chapter is a promising start. It carries the spirit of Dragon Ball forward, showing that the series can evolve while staying true to its roots. If Birth of Saiyaman X is any indication, Dragon Ball is far from over. The adventure continues. What do you think about this one-shot on the future of Dragon Ball after Toriyama's passing? Let us know in the comments, and if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like and share. Make sure to subscribe and enable notifications to not miss out when the Chapter 104 manga video drops on the channel next week. That's it for now, see you next time, thanks for watching.